Alright, this is our final combat achievement. I just went and got I'm Your Son. We got the Huey Quaddle hides this morning as our first drop. Thankfully, I did it. It took me a few hundred kills. We already had one drop before the changes. Two hides though only. Then they made it should get guaranteed three. Now, had they changed it or not, I still would have only needed one hide. But yeah, we went ahead. We made the coif and the van braces. They're needed for a master clue step. Now, thankfully, in the process of getting a mimic, I did get a lot of the items needed for master steps. So I'm pretty sure we have almost everything. We might be missing one or two master steps at this point for the group that aren't skill related, that are just item or gear related. So that's pretty cool. Last CA, though, is reinforcements. I did not plan on doing this one last. I actually finished or planned on doing Royal Titans last, but I knocked those out the other day. And then I planned on doing I'm Your Son last, but because we got the 1 KC Huey Coatl hides today, I just knocked it out. So yeah, reinforcements is our last task, and it'll be interesting to see how this turns out and plays out. And hopefully we will be able to get this relatively quick. I'm pretty much just going to send KC though and just bring an anti-venom with me for the bees. And we should be chilling. I'm hoping we can take Mana Mayhem. We can take a lot of bad invocations, I think, with this run. I don't have anything marked, so if I do end up dying a couple times on Soul, it could just be that I have Doom and I just don't have the Solar Flares marked. I don't normally take Solar Flare. Even though I do melee-only runs, I tend to take like Reentry and stuff instead, because I think Reentry is pretty free to just watch for the 5th attack or count them out and then just step back. It's pretty free than having to like micromanage balls around pillars and then on Soul 2. In my opinion, some people are going to deny that and say that Solar Flare is just inevitably better. I think Reentry is pretty free. Everyone has their own kind of preferences. At the end of the day, you can handle pretty much all of them the same and have your run be the exact same amount of time, with the exception of like Quartet. Is going to add like 3 seconds to the run no matter what and make some skips harder to do. So yeah, I mean, this will be a pretty chill run anyways. Like, we're not going to push it. We're not going to try to do anything crazy. We are literally, we are literally just going to go in here, take this real slow, do our normal setup, and like I said, just go for KC if we don't get the invocations. Because we're bringing the Venator for bees, I don't want to have my quiver on every time, by the way. So we're not really bringing in arrow swap. And I am using rune arrows because I'm kind of low on amethyst and dragon. I'd like to use my dragon arrows for like max FTOB in the future. And then my amethyst arrows, we can get those back up eventually. But like, it's not a big deal. I did so much KC on everything on this count, the rune arrows. Like, you lose like 10% damage, but when Twisted Bow is already such a massive upgrade over everything else, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're still hitting it with best in slot stuff. So yeah, let's get in here, let's send this, and let's finish out Grandmaster, or I guess you could call it Grindmaster nowadays, is pretty much what it comes down to. It's more of a grind than it is like a skill check. Not gonna lie, 99% of everything I did was not skill, except maybe like Corrupted Gauntlet, but I'm sure you could brute force it with enough runs, kind of like I did. But yeah, most everything else is just RNG. Or not RNG, like you can get them just with RNG. There's not really massive skill in anything. There's some CAs where you might need more knowledge than others, like, I don't know. Most of the CAs, though, pretty free, pretty easy. Honorable mentions in terms of CAs that I've completed would be Yama contract. I don't know. I did the pet contract. It wasn't super difficult. Probably the Awakened bosses. I would definitely say, though, that CG was some of the harder CAs because there's no gear to bypass it. It's just a skill check, like the speedrunner and everything. A lot of players aren't going to say that. There are players who can get the speed time every single time, the same way that I could get all the top times no matter what. Even with like 2 people who don't really know what they're doing, I could pretty much guarantee the top times for the team. Or like Chambers even. But yeah, CG or solo, it's just a lot of work. It's hard. It's a skill check. It's a lot of like handling it properly. But everything else, I would say, pretty not too bad, especially with the gear that exists in the game nowadays. Can't really think of any other honorable mentions. I'd have to honestly go through every single one because at this point they kind of all blend in together. You have some that are annoying and take a while. You have some that don't. I don't think most CAs took me more than like 10, 20 minutes. It's just the fact that there's 615 of them, or 625 actually. Even though I am a gym and I don't have to do 11 of them, I still did those 11 anyways, which would be all the 5-sized and 8-man times and speeds I did. There might be a few other ones, like, yeah, I can't really think off the top of my head, but a lot of the CAs you'd be surprised you kind of just get passively once you learn content. Doom is definitely a skill check. Doom is hard, but I had like 2,000 Doom Deep Delve KC and like 6,000 total waves, so Doom was pretty easy for me, but it's going to be different for everyone based on how much you do it. But there's stuff like chambers, with the exception I had to learn like solo chambers, and some of this, like learning solo chambers, definitely different than teams. When it comes to teams, like every team raid I ever did was I skipped and stuff, so I had pretty good knowledge of the head and how it moves and turns, and the ticks it moves and turns on. So speed wasn't that bad. I know some people struggle with like perfect Olm trio, etc. What I will say is that like most of those CAs I got passively, just doing KC with friends and them kind of having done a bunch of KC and knowing what they're doing. We got like I'm not even joking, like perfect Olm trio I got in like my first ever trio, CM or whatever. I think I got it in a CM. I think that works. I don't remember. I just know the first ever CM I did, it was like perfect, and my buddies and I were like, oh, um, yeah. Most of these, it's just a matter of having friends too. You can use the CA Discord, but you probably don't feel super comfortable like trolling certain CAs with random strangers and wasting their time or having them get frustrated or getting frustrated yourself. So most people probably end up potting a majority of these with their friends, and most people and their friends, when your friends lock in, you can just get a CA, and as long as you're locked into, and it's not too bad, but it's definitely maybe not 100% as easy as you'd think it is or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, pretty much every CA. Even there were ones that really scared me when I was going for them too, where I thought they would take longer than others, like Feather Hunter. But this was a one and done. I'm not gonna lie. Like with Shadow and Max Mage, with like I think I had Virtus. I didn't even have Max Mage, but I had Magus Ring and everything. It was really free, and I was surprised. And you can actually guarantee it every single time. You can get 30 or more kills. Um, Funnily enough, I'd actually say that some of the harder CAs for God Wars are the ones to kill the boss when all the bodyguards are dead, because it requires you to pretty much, even if you're 5-0ing, like you either have to perfectly 5-0 and hit the minions, and then the minions can respawn before you kill the boss. Like even if the boss, I had it happen a few times where the boss was 1 health, I killed all the minions, and I couldn't kill the boss before the minions respawn, which sounds dumb, but it did happen like multiple times at every single boss. And it wasn't a big problem, but I would almost say that like these showdown CAs for some of the bosses are harder than Feather Hunter. Defense matters, definitely an annoying one from Bandos as well. Defense matters 2 or whatever, where you have to do 2 kills in a row. Or maybe it's just called defense matters, I don't know. That was definitely a little bit annoying. Zuck CAs. I think if from the moment you get your first KC, every KC that you do on task, if you try to go for wasn't even close, on every single run, you'll eventually get it. Now, I actually, believe it or not, got this with Nibbler Chaser. It was kind of a crazy run because it was like a 50-minute run also, and normally you wouldn't, I don't think, like expect to get wasn't even close, but we got one wasn't even close, and no luck required. The most aid ones for me was probably budget setup. Not because the waves are hard. The waves are about the same. They're pretty easy. But I had no crystal armor, so I had to both a Zuck, and it was like a 4-set Zuck. Every other Zuck KC I ever did was only 1 set. I've never seen a second set with Twisted Bow on task. The floor is lava is definitely a little bit difficult, but I'm not going to lie. When it came to this one, I kind of just like killed. The only waves you really worry about are like 56 or 58, or whenever the melee starts spawning on the late waves, it's like 58 or something like that. Or maybe that's when the blobs start. I don't know. But you actually don't have melees on that many waves, and on all the early waves, it's pretty free to just kill the melee before it digs. while just camping a single prayer. On the weight waves, you might have to chance yourself once or twice, which is actually what I did for the floor lava, and this one took like 2 or 3 tries. Um, I died on like 63 like twice doing this one, not because of like trying to kill the melee. I just got it was bad. Um, yeah, but wasn't even close. Like I said, a lot of people struggle with this one. I know people with like 40 KC who don't even have this. But as long as you try to get this one every single time, you're fine. There's a little couple ways to cheese it. You could use like Blood Scepter and just on the early waves really chance. I don't know. It's a little bit of RNG because you could definitely get stacked out unintentionally, especially on the later waves. Like if you get a double Ranger spawn that hits you first tick and you don't react quick enough to it on like wave 64 or 65, I guess it would be, you could lose this CA just from bad RNG. Once you get to Zuck, you just brute force the Ranger, off tick them, hope that the Ranger spawns on the shield side. And that way you don't even have to worry about flicking them. And you can let the healers hit you as low as you want. I think I Zuck skipped on this one too. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I killed Zuck. I don't know. I didn't want to get a second set and get chance, so I may have just Zuck skipped. Because Zuck skipping is pretty free since you can get hit as low as you want from the healers. But I spammed Bruise anyways. It worked out. We got it. I just didn't get hit by the Jad. Or not Zuck skip, Jad skip, whatever. Nibbler Chaser is probably the most fun. Probably try to line Nibbler Chaser up with Speedrunner. If you can. Since, yeah. Since the fastest you're going to go is with Chins anyways. You don't really need Ancients. Ancients just make it so that it's like impossible to die in the Inferno. You can full heal every single wave no matter what, especially with the Confliction Gauntlets now. You don't even got to worry because they not only are they just better than a two-way occult, Ancestral or Virtus top switch. They give you more magic accuracy, but you're doubled every time you fail, so you can actually just blood barrage everything and anything every time you take damage, and Inferno's pretty free. But yeah, I'd say most of the speed CAs too, like most of the stuff that people say is RNG with all the existing gear and everything is just not. I don't know though. We're gonna get in here. We need to get in here. Pid swap. No wait. Yeah, we need to get in here and try to get this CA here. We should be chilling. Oh, Phantom Muspa Manipulator is also an honorable mention. It's not hard. It just took me a while. Not like super long. It's just more than like 2 hours. Probably took me like 4. It's kind of a dumb CA. It's not hard. It's just annoying because sometimes if you do the freeze method, your freeze, like I probably have about 100 clips of my freeze splashing and me getting hit. You could also just do it properly and just pray melee and step back. But when you have the spikes out and you're walking the whole fight and stepping back, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just better, in my opinion, to just freeze or something. Since you can't run at all, you kind of have to just freeze and hope for the best. But your freeze splashes all the time, and I was getting so angry with it, which was definitely very frustrating. We'll pre-pot and we'll get in here, though, and hope for the best. I will be right back, though, and then we'll get in here. All right. Let's just bring Ring of the Gods. Like, I don't really think that we need whatever. And we'll bring Death Charge and do this. Grab a restore. Should be pretty free if we get the invocations. I don't know though, because I've only taken bees like once before. So we'll have to see. It's also going to depend on my supplies and everything, but the actual soul kill should be pretty quick with our gear. I don't think we want myopia with bees, I'll be honest. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. Okay, here we go. This is our first run going for this. Well, second technically. The first run I ever did, I got all the invocations too. But I heard a lot of people say they struggle with the RNG, the invocations. I just think that you avoid, just stack what you already have until it offers you what you need, because it kind of seems like it rotates them pretty frequently. And then once you take like 2 of something, it'll give you a new choice also. So yeah, let's just take bees here, and we'll see how this goes going here on out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I probably should have gotten or taken more supplies than this. I mean, we can full heal here, and we'll get, like, what, 2 brews back. So it shouldn't be that bad. Holy cow, I thought that was going to drag me out. That was such a bad spawn, though. That was like an AB off-tick angle. Or maybe I wait longer and it stacks differently on the one side. But it gets a little bit tough with the bees, and they're not even that bad yet. I don't know. I mean, no matter what side we go out on, like, we're hella chilling right now. I feel like we should probably just go out on this side and get some Blood Fury healing going. We're not even going to repot. We'll just take our time. Now we can let the melee dragon. Right, like, I think it's better to just be safe rather than sorry for the CA. Like, I mean, so what if it's a 40-minute run? We only have to do it once, right? Like, screw it. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say, please don't hit me there. I guess we just come over here and just bait him in. That way we can be close to the start tile. I'm kind of looking at my supplies, and I think I took too much damage. Like, we're going to be really struggling on supplies. Please, I hope it gives me Solar Flare before I have to take bees too, though, I'll be honest. I also don't know if I have to kill the bees to end the wave. I didn't even ricochet a wall. Yeah, we're just not going to repot until next wave. The next few waves will be easy, and then we'll have a couple difficult waves. Doom. I mean, Doom 1 is fine. We can take Doom 1, but then it might cuck us getting another invocation. Because we might just get re-offered it, as opposed to if we just take Frailty, we might be chilling. Like, we can take Frailty 2 anyways. Like, let's just take Frailty 2 and see if it gives us a different invocation. Because if we take Doom 1, we might just get, like, random invocations. Or we might just get offered, like, Frailty 2 and Doom 2 next wave. Although Doom 1 would be so nice, though, to get. I don't even know. Maybe I should take it. I don't really know how the invocations work well enough, to be honest. We'll just take Frailty 2. And we'll divine here because of that. Please. No way, man. Hopefully we're just getting all the bad spawns out of the way and we'll just have, like, a really chill soul, you know? Whenever we kind of have to take Bees 2 here, because we got re-offered Myopia and Reentry. Both of which would be fine, but we probably just take Bees 2 now so that I can start getting used to it while I still can. We have a couple easy waves. Or actually, no, this one is one of the harder ones, I guess. We've had a double south spawn every wave, by the way. I don't know what the probability of that is. That was kind of cringe that I got hit by that there, but I guess that's just a thing I gotta look out for, watch out for. No, I did not mean to do that. Oh, this is gonna be so annoying now. May as well just wait for the bees to come in. Is he trapped on the frickin' ranger? Is that a thing? I guess not. I'm just gonna range these guys so I don't have to keep using my combat pots. I knew that was gonna happen too, man. I can stand here though. The piety was just in case that wasn't right. We're gonna stand here. I think I missed that middle prayer. Oh well. I was gonna say, no way that kills me right there. That'd be so cringe. Come on, man. Really? Really? I mean, I could take Doom, I guess. Even Dynamic Duo is not really going to affect me. Like, either one is fine. If I take Dynamic Duo, I think there's probably a higher chance that maybe I get Solar Flare 1 and 2 coming up here. So maybe we do that. I'm not too sure. Alright, yeah, let's just take Dynamic Duo and hope that it gives us a higher chance of getting something else. And we'll just repot here, why not? Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Bruh, really? How do I not get like man, how do I not get solar flare? That's a little bit cringe. I guess we unless I get solar flare next wave, which I probably won't, I'll probably get reentry again and like frailty 3. I mean, I could try to take frailty 3, but I doubt I'll get frailty 3 clear. I mean, we still have to do wave 10 also and 11 with frailty 3, which is fine. I've done it before, but whatever. Bro, the worst part about bees is this, like, I can't tell if it's... Haha, gamer? Far from it, brother, far from it. I'm just a noob Trying to get his last combat achievement done. God, this is probably like gonna be like a 50-minute run. Because I have no idea. The hitbox, the pathing of these bee swarms, I'm just not used to it at all. So we're just playing it hella safe. I mean, this is technically our first attempt. Like, see, like, I have no idea if that's going to drag me out. Like, that was me yellow clicking right there, but... Like, we're not even potted. That's how locked in I am. The only thing I'm really worried about right now is I might not have enough restore. I mean, I theoretically should, but that's assuming I don't take damage on soul, and I can't really afford to make any mistakes on soul, which means I hope he doesn't do any specials during when the bees come out. Oh, it's doomed, actually. It is doomed. We may as well just take Doom here and go for KC. Yeah, we never got Solar Flare this run, like, not even once. I even, like, strategically planned out all of my invocations, and I never took any... As you can see, like, these are my invocations. I took Bees 2, Blasphemy 3, Quartet, Dynamic Duo. Like, I intentionally took Dynamic Duo. I forgot. That's why that wave was so AIDS. I intentionally took Dynamic Duos so that I didn't get offered a second Volatility Doom or Manta Mayhem if I took one of those. But I just kept getting re-offered them. That's so cringe. Like, what? Why is that so cringe, bro? Maybe we get the Ralos. At least we get to practice Bees 2 on Soul with Frailty. So, like, we'll have, like, the worst possible. Because I would say this is, like, the worst possible combination of invocations you could have. I think Doom is probably a lot better with Manta Mayhem than having... You know, Frailty 3. Because Frailty 3 means if I make any mistakes on the Perflix, I'm just dead. Or if I get 2-ticked by bees, I guess. I don't really know how the bees work, though. It's a little bit cringe. We'll just take Doom. I'm probably just going to die here anyways. No, why did I just do that? I did not mean to sip that brew. Whatever. I can finally actually use my pots, though. Wait, I just took Mana Mayhem. Wait, please don't kill me. I'm dead. That was a good run, boys. Why did I take Doom? Like, why did I take Mana Mayhem there? And then why does the Major spawn in front of the Mana Mayhem? Like, that's so cringe, bro. Whatever. Get me out anyways. Like, get me back in. Give me some real invocations. Give me Solar Flare. Give me Bees. That's so cringe, bro. Like, I don't know. What can you do? Like multiple runs. I mean, I've got like 30 KC. I've only ever seen the invocation combo like once. Like, what is that? That was that was bad play for me. I should have been able to just get the KC anyways. But like, I'm like tilted, and then yeah, I don't know. That wasn't even unlucky. That was just bad skill. Like, what are you gonna do though? I forgot I had bees on, actually, so I was, like, planning out the wave, and then, obviously, the Major spawned in front, and I just got it on a bad tick, and it was doomed because they were fucking off-ticked. I could have tanked it and killed the Mana Core had I not taken Mana Mayhem, but I clicked Mana Mayhem like an idiot, and then just trolled, so, whatever. We are not ready to be Grandmaster yet. Solo Bob, Solo Bob. Boom, boom. Boom, But yeah, that was 100% a skill issue. I don't even know if I get to hammer on soul. Like, that's the thing. I should have just gotten the soul there unlocked in so I can practice bees on soul. Because I'm not worried about anything else. Like, worst case scenario, I die because I don't have the radius markers on for anything. Whatever. Like, we're chilling. We're chilling, chilling like a villain. Why am I trolling so hard? Like, why am I playing so bad, too? That was so bad. Like, what was I doing? Not only did I click the wrong invocation, but I can't even off-take the two of them, and then I'm, like, not even praying rigor because I'm just trying to conserve prayers so that on the off chance I make the soul, I have plenty of prayer. But, like, there's no point in even doing that because I didn't get the invocations I needed anyways. So whether I get the KC or not doesn't matter. I just needed experience on the solar flares. Or not the solar flares, the bees. Whatever, we're just going right back in. I think 4 brews is probably overkill, but on the off chance that we don't get frailty, it'll be super clutch on soul itself. Now, I don't have the Serp Helm, which kind of does make this aids. Also, I forgot I have Ring of the Gods on, which is totally pointless, but because we're not bringing claws, like, I don't see a point in bringing Lightbearer. We're not going for speed, right? Even though it'd be better to go for speed because we'd have less bees to deal with, I'd rather just play it safe and get this CA done. All right. What's my ping? Oh, I'm on like 200 ping. What the fuck? Really, man? Does this hit him? I think it does. Nice, it does. No way I just did that. Come on, man. Why am I trolling so hard today? Okay, I guess we're taking bees early as fuck. Wait, was I praying melee that whole time and didn't get hit once? Wait, what happened? Did I do that on accident or what the heck? Okay, we got bees and solar flares. We just need quartet. Maybe we try to take bees too, like towards soul, and we'll be chilling, right? Solar flare. Maybe I can bait this bee to come this way, and then I can Venator bow him. Haha, sit down, bee. I don't feel like off taking these. I don't really feel like taking bees 2 yet, so maybe we'll just stall it. Because, like, for sure we get re-offered bees later, right? Like, we should just take Blasphemy and maybe Solar Flare 2 and then Quartet. And let's just not, like, over fucking do it early, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we should be hella chilling. Probably put this SGS here, though. That way I can access it a bit easier. Alright. What did I just do there? Did I just jeopardize the mission? Did I pull the, No, I didn't. We're just gonna pull the Manicore in and then kill him. Like, let's just range most of this. There's no reason to be meleeing this and, like, egoing it like that. Like, we're not gonna be taking Myopia, and we're not gonna be taking Volatility, so there's, like... I don't know, maybe we just melee it. And we do only have rune arrows, whereas we do have, like, max melee, so... Like, there we go. There's Solar Flare 2, and we got reoffered bees already, but let's save bees 2 for later. And we'll take Quartet. And we'll try to hope to get bees 2 on, like, Wave 11 or Soul Wave. But if we do get, like, a Ralos or something in here, like, we are going to loot it. You know, I need a Ralos, so we are going to loot if we see something like that, but we probably won't loot if we see, like, per armor. Okay, so let's take Sword Flare 2, Mage, Ranger, Lion. Please give me, just spoon the rest of the spawns and make soul. Really easy for me. Oops. Whoa there, partner. Whoa there, partner. Calm down on the jelly beans. Can't believe he smited me. I knew I was tick late too. This is stressful, not gonna lie. Like, it really shouldn't be, but oh my gosh. We'll kill this bad boy here. Getting a phone call. Oh my gosh. Potential spam. I could take Doom 1 here, right? And even Doom 2, and I should be fine on Soul. Let's brew up. We're not going to full brew because we'll get some SGS healing at the start of the wave, but let's also drink this anti-venom. I don't know if it does anything to the damage of the bees, but Let's also actually take Doom this time and not Manta Mayhem, and we should be chilling. Okay, we got Major. That is perfect. Oops. Thought the bee was going to go a different way here. What transmog do I have on? Just regular Missouri with Lova King Hood and a Monkey Crook Jr. These should be aligned, these two, because they were opposite last wave. Pretty sure that's how it works. Unless you do something to change it, like force killing one and then the other charging. Without having seen you before. This is kind of AIDS, I will not lie. And I'm just in a fucking range because I don't feel like dealing with it. Oh my god, like, that scared the shit out of me. Why am I panicking, man? Like, why am I so nervous? It's just some combat achievements, like, maybe just because it's my last one? I don't know. I don't even have my fucking quiver on. No way you guys can see that I'm using rune arrows now. How criminal is that? Please, man, just die. Like, please. Oh my god, how long did that take? Like, I'm sitting here, like... Whatever, I'm just gonna SGS spec this guy, by the way. Nice, we Blood Fury procced on both of those. Okay, well, I'm definitely not taking Dynamic Duo this early. Well, actually, it probably wouldn't matter. Hell no, I'm not going to pick up rune arrows. I got fucking 33,000 of them. Definitely not taking Dynamic Duo on 8, I don't think, because we're basically having to do 11 twice, and I don't know, I'll just stick around with this. I'm definitely not taking Sword Flare here. Fuck it.